Alrighty, welcome everybody. My name is Michael, and I'm just going to do a quick overview of my latest version on my truck box tiny home. Is utilizing a 26 long moving box, moving truck with a 5 foot attic over the cab. Height is 13 feet. That gives you 6 inches to give a little more space for the solar panels and whatnot. So I've been playing around with this a little bit more. I haven't been working on this for a little while, so it's been a bit of a while. So I figure I'd give you a little bit of update. So what I've kind of done is I've removed the back sliding door, garage type door, and just have a wall here. And there will basically be a double door right in front of this area to be able to get in through the back as well as give you space to put in bicycles. I've got a couple of electric cruiser bicycles, so I wanted to make sure I had enough space to be able to get those mounted up on the wall. The propane tanks are in their own separate box here. It's sealed and vented out the bottom like it should be for safety purposes. And then again in the back area here, if we can get out of the tree here, this is kind of the utility space. I've got some battery banks here. It's gonna be a lithium iron style with charge controller and whatnot. I haven't really worked out the tech specs for all that yet, but this is just kind of placeholders for that. And of course, electric panel. And out here, this is kind of basically the garage area, so it's going to be, I'll have a sliding door between here and the bathroom, and I'll show you that a little bit later. But there'll be a little cat door in this, so the cat can get out to the litter box, which will be in the garage as well. As far as penetrations and whatnot, I've only gotten a few windows on here. I just want to kind of keep it as minimal as possible. We've got a couple of windows on each side of the kitchen here, so you can look all the way through. And I went with a kind of a long, tall window behind the seats, kind of like the looks of that, and it'll fit well within between the ribs of the existing structure of the box. Just a small window up here on this side of the sleeping area. That's just more for ventilation than anything else. There will be a skylight up top here to be able to get roof access. And then back over here on this side, we've got our main entryway, as well as the window over the kitchen and another window over the bed again for ventilation. There is a cutaway between the box and the cab, so you can go in back and forth that way. It's something I have wanted to incorporate in there. Let me go ahead and hide the walls and ceilings here, so you can get a better view of what's going on inside. I don't know if you've seen the previous versions of this. It's mostly the same. I have made some changes here in the living room. For a while there, I had the seating over here where the desk is and the desk over here. But I just like this arrangement a little bit better. It gives it a little more open space. The chair that was in the back corner, I had the TV screen kind of just in front of the stairs, so it'll give it a little difficulty in viewing the TV from that side. The kitchen is basically still the same. I'm utilizing basically the wire rack, some kind of industrial wire rack system, with some custom boxes that are built in to be drawers and or cabinets. These will all be fastened down to the floors and the walls, so they won't be moving around. So it'll be fairly sturdy. Right now, I'm just kind of utilizing concrete countertops. I'm not so sure if I really want to do that. I like the looks of them. I just know that they're going to be heavy. So I may switch that over to just a butcher block style setup. But I kind of like the industrial look to this and the open shelving. We also have a bunch of cabinets up here just along the top on the one side for clothing and food and whatnot. So there's more than enough storage there. Back over here near the front, we've got my computer center. That's one thing that I definitely want to have in my place. I do a lot of computer work, a lot of 3D work, so having something like that is important for me. This gray area back here behind the gentleman standing here is the passage between the living area and the cab. These are my own design for stairs here, kind of a cantilevered look. I've done the structural engineering on it, so it's quite sturdy. Depending, it's all based on how it's actually built. So up here we have a queen size bed with enough headroom to be able to sit up in the space, assuming that all the dimensions that I've been able to obtain are relatively accurate. In the kitchen, I have both, in this iteration, I have both a microwave and like a half countertop oven. I may switch that around and just do with like a convection microwave. I do like baking bread, so that's one of the reasons why I wanted to have the oven. But I think some of the convection microwaves are actually pretty efficient and work really well. We got a decent sized sink. I don't want a tiny sink. And then kind of an apartment size fridge. I think they're around 9 cubic foot with a freezer. I didn't want to go with a mini fridge because I lack my food, so I am definitely going to be keeping something fairly large. 42-inch size TV. It's a good viewing distance for the space that you have here. I didn't want to get anything too massive there. As we move towards the back here, we have kind of the bathroom laundry room. It's one wet room with drainage kind of like in all four corners, because depending on how you're tilting, you'll be able to drain the space well enough. And of course, I got a little stacked washer dryer unit. If I can zoom around here, get around here. Stacked washer and dryer. It's kind of again one of those apartment sized dealy bobs. Over here we have a composting toilet, and this will be on a drawer system, so you can slide it out from underneath the sink here, so you can actually use it and then tuck it in when you use the little mini sink here. This is closed off by two sliding doors, pocket doors, with a shower actually kind of in the hallway, so you're making full use of this space, and you have a decent sized shower to be able to clean yourself off. And here's the utility space. Again, got ourselves a decent sized battery bank. I've got enough room for a considerable amount of solar power, so I want to try to get this thing as off grid as possible. I do have a mini split system with the external part mounted off the back, and the internal unit over here above the door coming into the kitchen. So I'm really liking the space. I think it's coming along quite well. My biggest concern right now is just trying to find a place where I could actually build this. I found a website that sells kind of exclusively this style of moving truck with the attic. That's one thing I really want to have to kind of clear up the space for the bedroom up there. I'm trying to keep the upper cabinets as limited as possible, because I do like to kind of keep it as open as possible. So you're not feeling so constrained. So it's basically a very open concept design with just the bathroom and the garage walled off. So there's minimal walls in here to obstruct your line of sight. So if you have any questions, please leave a note down below. I'd be happy to take any suggestions into consideration. Water and whatnot, I'll probably be using underslung tanks as well as the gray water system. I was going to have the batteries in the outside, but I had a decent size garage over here, so I figured it's better for them to kind of keep in a more stable environment, since this is going to be within the heated envelope. So yeah, thank you guys for joining me, and hope to see you again soon. Take care.